Hello and welcome. My name is Joe, but here on YouTube I'm known as StaticYonder. Since a young age, I've always known that I wanted to work in the media industry. So, at the age of 10 on the 13th of July 2011, I created my YouTube under the name Squidgeyoda as a place to upload my own little films, primarily LEGO videos. In celebration of my 10th anniversary making videos here on YouTube, this video will go back through the timeline spanning from 2011 to 2021, era by era. I hope you enjoy. Era 1, the LEGO era. I started out just making reviews, how-tos, and stop motions a few times a week. I was homeschooled due to severe bullying, and the education advisor, who had to come to my house once or twice a month, actually told me to keep up with the stop motions due to their educational value. I took that and I ran with it. I can't lie, balancing schoolwork, making stop motions, playing outside, and playing video games was nothing short of a joyride for me, but unfortunately, as you'll find out later, it could not last forever. Anyways, one faithful day, one of my favourite YouTubers called Squidgeyoda made a Minecraft Survival Island video. I originally tried Minecraft when we first got internet in my house in 2010, because it was essentially virtual LEGO, but I just couldn't get along with it. Squidgeyoda's video rekindled my interest and I bought the game as Squidgeyoda. This leads us on to Era 2, the Minecraft era. I started out playing single player only, and it took me 3 failed world attempts to actually get the hang of the game, but eventually I settled on a creative world called Mine 4, because, you know, it was the 4th world I made. Anyway, I built it from the ground up, and it's actually where I filmed my first Minecraft video, Massive TNT Man Explosion. Side note, if you guys are wondering, yes, that video is still on my channel, it's just private. If you really want to see it, let me know in the comments below. I was still making LEGO videos such as The Mission, but around this time I discovered Minecraft multiplayer servers. This is where I began my first friendships online, on a server called DingoCraft. DingoCraft was set up by a now former YouTube celebrity named CraftDan, who used to make a lot of Minecraft tutorials and that sort of type of video. Anyway, this is where I met the guys who were to shape my YouTube for years to come, Toby and Ben. And later Hugh, but we met him separately. The first video we made that I uploaded was the Phantom Griefer, which was inspired by a time when we logged on to Dingo one morning to find all our stuff had been destroyed. Really though, the first thing we made together was the Herobrine Quest videos, which was just me, Toby, and a friend of ours called Josh Salzman. We made a lot of videos together, and in 2013 our friend Hugh, who I mentioned before we met later on, had the idea to make a Noob's Guide to Minecraft series in the style of an Aperture Science type laboratory, which was sort of inspired by other things that were going on at the time, such as Yog Labs and Dan TDM series featuring Dr. Drearis. We also created a sinister backstory and a plot that would run as a through thread throughout the entire thing, culminating at the end of the second series, which was a Noob's Guide to Modding. Toby, myself, our mate Jordan, and Hugh, however, all argued and bickered constantly about where Red Labs should go and who was best to run it. That, coupled with my sheer lack of motivation to edit and really just total blockheaded laziness, if I'm honest with you, killed the series dead. I mean, we tried to reboot it multiple times in following years, but history just kept repeating itself one way or another. After Red Labs initially died in 2013, I went off and decided to make my own series called Nebulous, which was a Minecraft sci-fi adventure starring Ben's younger brother, Josh. By the way, from here on out, I'm going to have to use a lot of surnames because a lot of people are called Josh and Mark in my life. Anyway, Josh Allen and I loved almost every minute of it, and around this time I also met Mark Carless, and he filmed a few episodes of Nebulous with us, and after Nebulous is where the third era begins. The gaming era. What had started as harmless TF2 gameplays with people like my friend Josh Gamble and a bit of Minecraft here and there became full-on Gary's Mod with Mark, StarMade with Lewis, and Warframe with, well, only myself for a while, maybe the occasional Toby. Mark and I made 2 series in Gary's Mod called Roomies and Militia Tales. We also filmed a series for his channel called Stranded, and I met loads of mates playing games like Just Cause 2, where I met Henry, who introduced me and my other friends to Harry. It's also where I met my friend Carlo and my friend Rasmus, who I actually talk to all the time, even now. In the coming year or two, Lewis and I would go on to play a lot of Watch Dogs, Battlefield 3, War Thunder, and Space Engineers, the game in which I met my friends Ben and Cameron, again, who I speak to today. I also made Rebel Tales with my friend Mark Walsh, aka Walshy, and I met Ludwig on Gary's Mod with Mark Carlos, that is. We made loads of videos under the label PDG, which was short for Pitch Down Gaming, named for my Airplane and War Thunder obsession of the day. It all came to a head one evening though in 2016 while I was playing Battlefront 2015 with Harry. I had just returned to formal school around this time, and for some reason, which at the time I thought was tiredness, I started to feel really weird. While playing the game, I started to feel really dizzy and unable to keep my train of thought. I didn't find out until 2017, February if I recall correctly, that I'm actually mildly photosensitive. The specialist explained it to me like this: my eyes basically bring in too much light for my brain and optic nerve to cope with, causing dizziness and god-awful migraines. He said playing video games after a day of staring at white textbooks was overtaxing my brain. Of course, it's tiny. And out of necessity, I basically hunkered down to my work and did my GCSEs. Well, some of them. I missed most of my exams due to my migraines, but that's a story for another time. And all this leads on to era number 4. The college era. After leaving school, I joined college. My school friend Sam and I both applied for the same level 3 TV and film course, and, as fate would have it, Mark was also doing this course. The guy I'd spoken to most days since the end of Red Labs in 2013 was to become my classmate. It was a really exciting prospect. Mark introduced us to Zach on enrollment day, and the year then began. We formed a group of like-minded individuals, and one day we all congregated around a canteen table to try and come up with a name for our group. I can't remember exactly how it went, but I think I said, well, I don't know what to call us because we're all just a bunch of twats around a table, followed by Zach blurting out something along the lines of, yeah, a round table. Bang. Our group name, Twats of the Round Table, was born. Zach and I became really close, and I started to find myself more creatively, so I decided it was time to change my name on YouTube. One day, while out for a walk, I noticed that the view from the top of the hill at the bottom of the park next door to my house never changes. It's always static over yonder. Hey, that has a nice ring to it. That was essentially my thought process. Now, the unintentional bonus of my new name was that the initials were still SY, same as Squidgeyoda, meaning that I didn't have to change my YouTube profile picture that my friend Caleb had made for me years earlier, lazy bugger that I am. It's still the picture I use to this day. I made more videos around this time, both for college and extracurricular, and by my second year, Zach and I had become part of a friend group in my town through a college mate called Keelan. It just so happened that he was friends with my mate Tiger from school, who I used to play a lot of Warframe with, and who today is the drummer for our heavy metal band Paradigm. Being in this group and around Zach grew my love for heavy metal, so in October 2018 I made my first metal related video, the Carl Logan Rant. And this video blew up. It seemed as though I'd found my calling. This leads us on to the final era, the metal era. At the end of 2018, though still in college, the first videos of the era were already out. The college course ended in June 2019, but the era of college-centric YouTube videos ended sooner in April of 2019. The metal era truly began when Maddie and I got our new rock boots in preparation for the Man of War Final Battle Tour. I met my heroes on April 20th of 2019, though I regret leaning over like a drunk in the photo, and continue to make videos. In the coming months, it got harder to find the time to make videos, but by the time of the Man of War spoken word tour and my proposal to Maddie, things picked up again. I created Metalhead's Guide during the first lockdown, made videos with Zach before the second, and started my singer breakdowns in 2021 with the inaugural Eric Adams video. Side note, I'm actually recording this on Eric Adams' birthday, so happy birthday, Eric. Throughout the years, I have made and lost friends and enemies, uploaded 231 videos, made countless more, and to date have 533 subscribers. And the rest, as they say, is history.